Hi, Rob Moshein, Austin wine guy here, working with my buddies at Wines.com. We're at Haddington's restaurant in downtown Austin with my good friend Brian Phillips. Brian is the wine manager for Haddington's as well as Mulberry, and we're here to talk about Haddington's, what I think is one of the best and bravest wine lists in Austin, and Brian's amazing palate. Brian, tell us a little bit about Haddington's.
Yeah, well, thanks, Rob. Well, Haddington's has been open since December of last year. We're kind of new American cuisine, taking influence from all over Europe. So the fun part of my job is building the wine list, of course. And we kind of went more of an old world direction, kind of early American pre-prohibition style of wine. So prior to, say, California maybe dominating the wine landscape as you see in Texas today, we went more with the classic producers. Usually traditionalist producers, meaning that of like 5th generation, 6th generation and longer winemakers. And people that have had vines in the ground for quite a long time and doing things in the traditional organic or biodynamic manner because pesticides and chemicals and things like that didn't even exist. So it was the only way really to do it, and it's actually the more financially sound way of producing wine. So they've kind of continued with that direction. And so making the list here, being in Austin, we're located on West 6th Street. Austin's a very young and up-and-coming town. There's a lot of great palates in this town, a lot of great people buying wine out there. So you can find good wine lists, good wine programs at just about every style of restaurant. And we wanted to do something a little bit different. There's a lot of, you have Whole Foods probably 2 blocks down, Austin Wine Merchants right across the street, highly respected places for retail wine. And so we wanted to do wines that you just don't find on the shelf everywhere. Which means kind of working with our purveyors to get different vintages and pre-sale items that generally are just very limited in stock and putting it there. But the fun part of it is making this list. The difficult part is getting the younger generation to kind of move away from buying by a label, say your yellowtail drinkers or your well-known Cabernet drinkers, and getting to move into kind of the traditionalist aspect of wine and get them to understand that the whole point of drinking wine is to take you somewhere. Almost a transportive experience where you're picking up on, the French term terroir, or everything that affects the wine itself, but also the culture, the land, what the weather was like, and the styles of winemaking that go back for many generations, and trying to get them to do that, but keeping it within the same price points as well. Where we do understand it's tough economic times. A lot of restaurants are kind of struggling to move the big bottles that are expensive. And so we're doing these wines, probably a lot of them under the $40 price point range. So it is something that people can come and feel comfortable experimenting.